Hey Chris, it's Gretchen, and this is day one of Video Diaries. To just say hey, and welcome back. But although you probably have tons of stories, from your trip, I just want to kind of let you know how my January was going so far. And this is day one, so it's the 3rd of January, and 2011, as I'm sure you know. And it's the new year, and all of a sudden, things are starting back up on campus a little bit. Um, I so I wanted to give you this kind of as a present because I'll get to hear your stories when you come back. So I'm glad to, I want to share you mine, and I think this is one of the best ways to do it, just because then I'll be able to remember kind of just day to day, since it won't probably be too exciting, and you'll probably have like pictures and stuff for your time. Just kind of tell you a little bit what's going on with me. So. Hi, and I miss you already, and wow, man, it's been only a few hours, but I definitely miss you a lot, and but I'm enjoying it, guest campus so far. It's good to be back. But got to class. Sounds really interesting. It was moved from Thompson to Old Main, so I was kind of sad that I wasn't going to be in Old Main, or I wasn't going to be in Thompson to try that out for be one of the first few students with a class in there or anything. But it'll still be fun. I mean, Old Main's pretty cool, and just the 3rd floors. It's like walking up the stairs, which I guess I should need anyway because I'm so fat, right? No, just kidding. But class is cool. There's Brian, the physics professor from before that we had, and Steve Soderland, who's that economics professor. I think you knew of him, I think. And he sounds really cool because I'm starting to learn, a little bit about some of the people's personalities through this discussion course. And, it's almost like a special interest kind of deal. It's like you understand that these professors who are physics people or economics people, they are still willing to be involved with something like the Science Con, which it talks about more in generally what science is and just more philosophical based stuff. So it's really interesting to hear. It's like a little side project of theirs to be involved with Science Con. So you get a little bit of their personality that comes out through that, and having discussion based courses, you get to learn a little bit more about them and what their opinions are and what their viewpoints are, which is kind of lacking a little bit in some of the lecture classes because I don't really get to know the teachers that well, Anyway, so today was pretty good. The class is about the structure of science and scientific method, and kind of what it can apply to, and if it's even necessary, or if there even is a true method that can be outlined for science, and who can do science. I mean, is it really that elitist, or can pretty much everybody do it, and how do people do it, and what constitutes real science, and whether or not science is a search for the truth, or if there even is a definite truth. One of the students brought up the fact that it was science was definite but not absolute. So you get definite answers and definite answers to something, but it wasn't necessarily the end of all questioning about that matter. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We got into some of that discussion there already, but basically got about 50 pages of homework already to read. Not too bad about what we had last semester as far as reading goes, which doesn't seem like that bad, but we also have about a paper every week, 3 pages, and a journal that we're supposed to start to write about each reading experience. So there's a little bit more work for, per reading assignment to do. So I guess that's kind of where the work is coming in. But there's no tests, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that should be good. I also saw some of Megan's advisors, Christy Pari, and her SSS advisor, Kathy Glampy, to figure out when she can see the doctor after class. So we did that, and then ran to Phil as we were touring Thompson looking for SSS, and we ran in there, and it was really cool to see him because we saw him from the other side. We saw him from the Regent side of Thompson. We ran across because we saw him in the window in the admissions office. So we were like, "Oh, Phil, how are you doing?" And then his boss walks in. I say we, it was me, Megan, and her sort of friend, Brian, who all of a sudden was excited to see her, even though he hasn't seen her in forever and really didn't, I don't think, care about her really much anymore, which is fine, whatever. He's weird. So he's kind of like that on and off friend, he'll be there, whatever, or not, or something. Anyway, so we were all in the admissions office, I guess, talking to Phil for a second, and then his boss comes in, and he's like, "Oh, Phil, you're doing so, you're showing people at campus, I'm sure, you know, you're getting so much work done, because he had his chemistry homework in front of him, and so Phil holds up the periodic table and it's like, yeah, this is the campus map. I mean, Oxygen is the library. I mean, it's just a good way to, you know, bring other students and understand, you know, our campus, you know, from a scientist's perspective. And it was really funny, because so we started teasing him about that, and like, so his boss walks back, and he's just like, whatever. It's just funny because he's doing his homework, and so we visited him that way, and it was good to see him. And yeah, everyone, it's like all of a sudden everyone's seeing Megan for the first time, so that's kind of funny to watch. But she's always like, oh crap, yeah, I mean, I kind of, like, how's India? And then she's like, yeah, well, I mean, I could have died. I probably was pretty close to. And so, I mean, it went well, but like, she's, you know, it's kind of hard to explain to people, she said, because it's like, you know, you want to say, yeah, sure, it went, you know, great, and just because that's the answer people expect to hear and want to hear, whatever. But you know, like, there are so many other issues that really, really kind of did her in, and so now she has to kind of figure out her health and all that sort of stuff here, and do her own research here on Olaf stuff. But her research sounds really cool. She did HIV research in India, wrote like a 50-page research report thing on HIV and like its knowledge on a college campus. And so she went to a campus in India and researched that, and now she's going to do the same thing here. So that should be really interesting to find out how that works. Yeah, so basically I just want to say hi and hope you're doing well, and by the time you hear this, you'll be back, and I'll be able to kiss you and look at you and see you more often and talk to you and stuff. But this is the day one of my story on the 3rd. So I hope you're doing well, and I will see you soon. And you are the cheese to my macaroni, by the way. Thanks for all the little messages on Facebook. But it's true, and I've thought that even before I went to Noodles and shared macaroni and cheese. But no, I just I love you so much, and you mean so much to me. And I mean, everyone sees it when they look at me and they hear me talking about you. So I mean, it's pretty obvious to them, and it's obvious to me, and it's so wonderful. And so anyway, I can't even stop smiling even just talking about it, because it's true, and I miss you. And I think I have your picture on my phone already. Yeah, like, I get to see it. Wait, can you see this? No. Anyway, it's the picture I sent. No, you can't really. Oh, there's your eyeballs. Sort of. Anyway, it's you when you're in the library, or in the World Language Center that's now not really existing, in the bottom of the library, in the basement of the library, and I had taken pictures of you, and so every time I open my phone, it's like, oh, Chris, hi. So I just want to let you know that that's what's going on with me. This is day one. The other videos should be shorter, don't worry. But just want to kind of let you know that this is a little present for you, and I hope you had a fantastic time, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Just want to say that I threw peas in your honor.